Chapter 31. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Roar! The fire-breathing lizard leader roared, and its pack charged at Tian, but the lizard leader had underestimated him. Tian was an elite martial artist. Once he activated his speed talent, he was as fast as a top-tier martial artist. More importantly, his swordsmanship was deadly. Shadow kill! His bronze sword became a flash of light, and the heads of two lizards instantly fell. Thwack. Thwack, one by one, the fire-breathing lizards dropped dead. These low-level lizards at the level of fierce beasts couldn't even touch Tian's clothes. They only managed to wear him down a little. If there had been more of them, Tian would have been in real trouble, but 30 lizards were nothing to him. Seeing his pack dying, the leader panicked. It had to step in, or it would be left with no one to command. When the lizard leader finally stood up and rushed Tian, he got a clear look at the beast. It was 26 feet long, with 3-foot barbs down its back that radiated coldness. Judging by its presence, the leader was a true mid-level fierce beast. When it got within 30 feet, Tian assessed its talents: species, Charizard, bloodline talent, medium, fire talent, elementary. It's a primary level flame talent. Tian thought, surprised. Inferior fire talents tripled attacks, but primary fire talents quadrupled them. Fierce beasts were stronger than martial artists of the same level. Without the boost of Yuan power, a martial artist couldn't defeat a similar fierce beast, but the beasts could also activate their bloodline talent, unleashing a burst of power. If a beast had time to do that, it would overwhelm a martial artist. This fire-breathing lizard leader was already a mid-level fierce beast with a primary-level flame talent, giving it greater attack power than Tian. Time to end this. Tian decided. The lizard leader was smart enough to use its fire talent right away, launching a huge fireball with a roar. Bang! The fireball exploded into countless blasts of flame. Tian was hit, but he ignored the fire and didn't even activate his Yuan Force shield. An elite martial artist's Yuan Force was powerful enough to form a protective shield, but Tian felt it wasn't worth it. The shield wouldn't block these flames anyway, so he saved his energy and charged the lizard leader. Shadow kill! The perfected shadow kill became a brilliant flash of light and struck at the leader. The tripled speed combined with the bronze-level sword technique made the attack terrifying. An ordinary elite martial artist would have fallen instantly, but the Charizard's defense was much stronger. It met Tian's attack head-on. Bang! The leader stumbled back a few feet, a deep cut across its forehead leaking blood. 50,000 pounds of force. Tian calculated, the Charizard had a force of 50,000 pounds, and its flame attack was equivalent to 150,000 pounds. Tian's own strength was only 30,000 pounds. Yuanli doubled it to 60,000, and the Shadow Kill sword skill provided a bonus, making his attack equivalent to 120,000 pounds. Even with that, Tian's attack was still weaker than the Charizard's. He looked at his body, which was covered in burns. If it weren't for his top-tier healing talent, he'd be dead in the blink of an eye. His wounds were healing. The lizard leader's injuries, on the other hand, weren't healing, and its condition was worsening. Relying on his healing talent, Tian desperately attacked the Charizard leader. Gradually, the lizard leader's injuries grew more severe, while Tian recovered. 3 minutes passed. The fire-breathing lizard leader finally collapsed, its life fading, killed by Tian, who was weaker than it. Even without the healing talent, Tian could have won. He had a primary speed talent that he could have used to dodge the Charizard's attacks, then sneak up on it or use his shadow talent in the dark to deliver a fatal blow. But Tian hadn't wanted to. It was faster to hunt the beast head-on, and he didn't want to waste time. He finished off the remaining lizards, then examined the leader's corpse. The blood of a mid-level fierce beast was valuable, especially one with a fire talent like the Charizard. Its blood contained the power of flames, making it even more effective for strengthening the physique. So, Tian collected the blood. The lizard was big enough, and there was a lot of blood. He gathered more than 50 portions of mid-grade fierce beast blood. Just those 50 portions were worth millions, a huge gain. After killing all the lizards. Tian called for Wind Wolf and the others. When they saw the corpses and the body of the leader, they were stunned. Tian, you really killed a mid-level fierce beast. Wind Wolf asked in shock. He looked at Yi Tian and saw that his clothes were torn but he was uninjured. He guessed that Yi Tian had hidden abilities he didn't know about, but he wasn't one to pry. Besides, asking about such a secret could offend people, so he kept quiet. Yi Tian didn't care about the flesh and skin of the mid-level beast, but Wind Wolf and the others were thrilled. With his permission, they divided up the entire lizard leader. The next day, Yi Tian helped Wind Wolf and the others clear out almost all the fierce beasts in the area. Once they were sure it was safe, he announced he was leaving. Wind Wolf asked why. What? You're going to the territory of the divine power ants. Chapter 32. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Wind Wolf, knowing how dangerous the divine power ants were, asked about the plan to clear them out. The ultimate goal was a nest teeming with these ants. Even though they're considered low-level fierce beasts, a single divine power ant packs more punch than a fire-breathing lizard. An average elite martial artist would struggle to take one down. They're just too aggressive for their level. If you were to rank low-level fierce beasts, divine power ants would definitely crack the top 10. One ant isn't a problem, but they're always around in huge numbers. It's overwhelming, and even the strongest warriors need to take breaks. Wind Wolf, I have a plan, and I know how to stay alive. I'll be fine. Yi Tian said firmly. The Wind Wolf knew he couldn't change Yi Tian's mind, so he had to let him go. Yi Tian studied the map, checking it frequently as he headed towards the divine power ant's location. He avoided hunting any fierce beasts he encountered along the way. This area was far from the Linhai base, and even though there weren't many high-level beasts, Yi Tian still ran into at least 10 of them. He couldn't beat any of those, and he even had to run from some of the tougher mid-level beasts. He knew he had to be cautious here. Occasionally, he saw other martial artists hunting, but he didn't offer to help. Even if they were getting beaten badly, they were strangers to him, and helping wouldn't necessarily earn him any favors, but it could create problems. His sole purpose was to acquire the divine power ant's talent. Everything else was secondary, so, Yi Tian moved carefully. Using his shadow talent, he avoided danger multiple times and finally reached the area where the divine power ants lived. A lot of warriors. Yi Tian was surprised. At the foot of a hill, about 100 warriors were gathered. Judging by their energy, even the weakest were elite warriors. There were probably several great warriors among them too. That's someone from the Mo family. Yi Tian spotted someone he recognized. It was Majia Mon. Yi Tian knew Mon because he'd killed Mon's son Mo Xiaobei. He'd done some research on the Mo family to avoid future problems. Mon was only a mid-level elite martial artist, no match for Yi Tian now. He wasn't even in the top 10 strongest in the Mo family. Mon and a group of Mo family elite martial artists stood respectfully behind an older man. That must be Mo Chongqing, the Mo family's great warrior. Yi Tian thought. He quickly looked away, not wanting to attract Mo Chongqing's attention. Who's there? A cold voice called out. Oops, I've been spotted. Yi Tian was surprised. He was far away and had been walking carefully, using the trees for cover, even without his shadow talent. It shouldn't have been easy to see him, but it wasn't Mo Chongqing who'd found him, but another older man. He looked unfamiliar, and his clothing was different from what people wore at the Linhai base. He was actually wearing a suit of armor. This had to be a great warrior who was working with the Linhai base to clear out the medium-sized fierce beast nest. Several elite martial artists quickly moved towards Yi Tian, following the great warrior's orders. Yi Tian didn't run. Why would he? Besides, he had nothing to hide, so there was no reason to run. I'm a warrior from the Linhai base. Yi Tian announced. The elite martial artists saw he was a warrior and heard that he was from the Linhai base, so they didn't attack. Which family does this kid belong to? The old man asked, frowning. I don't know, he's not one of mine. Not from the Mo family either. I don't recognize him. The heads of the different families all shook their heads. Yi Tian walked over and explained, I'm not from a big family. I just finished my cleanup task and was curious about the divine power ants, so I came to watch. Lin Mingji from the Lin family spoke up. I remember him. He was one of the warriors who participated in the cleanup. I didn't expect him to finish so quickly and come here. Lin Mingji remembered Yi Tian because he tried to recruit him, but Yi Tian refused, so he had made an impression. He's got talent. Reached the elite martial artist level at a young age. He can stay and help deal with the divine power ants. The old man declared. He had obviously used his spiritual power to assess Yi Tian. Yi Tian didn't react. He knew he couldn't hide his cultivation from a great warrior, so it was better to be honest. What? Elite warrior? This kid. Lin Mingji's expression changed drastically. He'd thought Yi Tian was just a regular warrior. He never expected him to be an elite martial artist. If he'd known, he would have done whatever it took to get him to join the Lin family. The others looked at Yi Tian in disbelief, shocked. To reach the elite martial artist level at his age meant he had amazing talent. He must have a high-level cultivation talent. Advanced cultivation talent. The family heads thought the same thing and started making plans. Yi Tian smiled inwardly, sensing their ill will, including Mo Changqing's from the Mo family. Envy breeds hostility. Alright, that Yi Tian didn't want to be enemies with these family heads, but they were always arrogant, believing he would threaten their families and didn't want to see another powerful family rise, but he didn't care about a seaside base. In the future, he was going to take his sister away from the Linhai base and explore a bigger world. Unfortunately, these families would never understand. The great warrior who'd found Yi Tian was clearly in charge here, and since he'd asked Yi Tian to stay, the other families didn't dare argue, so Yi Tian stood aside and waited silently. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the ground and came to the great warrior. Old Qing, mission complete. Chapter 33. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What about Earth-based talents? Yi Tian was taken aback, watching the warrior who just popped out of the ground. He was certain the guy hadn't dug a tunnel. There weren't any holes or cracks. It was more like something out of a novel, straight-up Earth escape, handy in certain situations, sure, but also super risky. One wrong move and you're in deep trouble, plus, it's limited. Steel, rock, rivers. Forget about it. Not exactly practical. Yi Tian shrugged it off, not that impressed. He was more interested in talents that boosted raw power. Everybody, fall back. Elder Qing ordered, whoosh, whoosh, SSS star. Warriors scrambled back from the small hill like something huge was about to go down. Yi Tian joined the retreat. Begin. The young guy announced. Right after those words left his lips, the ground started shaking. Boom, star. It felt like a freaking earthquake. An insane wave of yuan force blasted up from below. Holy! Yi Tian was horrified. He could feel the energy surging beneath his feet, enough to obliterate him. No ordinary great martial artist could generate that kind of power. Then, the impossible happened. The entire hillside exploded. Rocks flew everywhere like cannonballs, some landing near the retreating warriors, who easily blocked or shattered them. In a blink, the hill was gone, replaced by a massive crater filled with the charred remains of divine power ants. Flames still licked at the corpses. The temperature shot up 10 degrees in that zone. Like missiles back on Earth, Yi Tian muttered, but this wasn't a missile. He'd felt the yuan force. It was most likely some kind of yuan force weapon with the same explosive effect. What insane power! How did they do this? One of the elite warriors asked, stunned. A great martial artist from the Lin family spoke up. That's the effect of a flame burst orb. They say it's the heart of a powerful fire-type beast. After a mysterious array mage works on it, they implant formation patterns on the heart. The explosion comes from detonating the flame power. A flame burst orb is invaluable, priceless. You couldn't buy one for 1 billion yuan. Flame burst. Array mage. Yi Tian filed that away. Interesting, but way out of his reach for now. Is everything toasted? Then I can only hope to find a complete corpse of a divine ant. Yi Tian said darkly. Elder Qing's face was grim. His eyes were fixed on the crater. Careful. There are probably still plenty of those ants alive. Right on cue, the chittering and scuttling started. Ants crawled out of the hole. Some were injured, but others seemed fine. Clearly, a single flame burst orb wasn't enough to wipe out a whole nest, but it had definitely hurt them. Go! The elite warriors chose their targets and charged. The great martial artists weren't holding back either. Unlike the elite warriors, the great warriors struck like a cannonball. A sword was enough to cut a sword marked tens of meters long on the ground, and the divine power ants were like ants in their hands, especially Mtlnovel. Tian just glanced at it, and his pupils shrank sharply. He saw Mtlnovel casually pressed his hand, and a giant palm with a size of tens of meters appeared in the void, which instantly crushed dozens of divine power ants into powder, and even left a big pit on the ground, like a giant's palm pressed on the ground. Mtlnovel is fierce. With this many great martial artists, they should be able to bulldoze this nest, right? Tian wondered. He was wrong. Suddenly, a dozen huge divine power ants burst out of the ground. These were 10 meters long, while the normal ones were only 3. Mid-level fierce beast divine power ants. Tian exclaimed. He thought all the ants were low-level. Even if there were mid-level ones, there should only be one. Now, a dozen had appeared. With the divine power ant's innate talent, the intermediate fierce beast divine power ant has the combat power of the great martial artist level, even stronger than the average great martial artist. Sure enough, as soon as these mid-level beast-level divine power ants appeared, the great martial artists were embarrassed. And sometimes it even took 2 great martial artists to contain an intermediate fierce beast divine power ant. Mtlnovel was unfazed, handling 5 of them alone and quickly killing one. Tian was busy fighting a single ant, putting on a show of being a normal elite warrior, evenly matched. Secretly, he was checking its talents. Species, divine power ant bloodline talent, elementary, strength talent, high. Seeing the high strength talent, Tian grinned. This trip was worth it after all. Judging from those mid-level beasts, their talents haven't mutated. They're probably just high-level strength, too. No need to copy their talents. Tian decided and copied the low-level ant's high-level strength talent. Instant copy on contact. Not the time to merge, though. Gotta wait until he was safe. Right now, the warriors were winning, but they were taking losses. Elite warriors were falling. But as a whole, they had the advantage. Given time, they could wipe out the whole nest, if nothing unexpected happened. But deep down, Tian and a lot of the others felt something was wrong. What if there's something bigger hiding? That was a real possibility. Every group had a leader, and the leader was always the strongest. Those mid-level ants were strong, but they weren't leaders. Please don't be a high-level beast. That was all he could hope for. If one of those showed up, he was running. This group couldn't stop one. A few more minutes ticked by. Suddenly, Mtnovel's face went pale. Everyone, get out of here. This nest has a high-level fierce beast. Chapter 34. You are listening at Mtlnovel.audio. High-level savage beasts. Everyone's heart skipped a beat at that. A regular high-level savage beast wouldn't be a problem. A skilled martial artist could handle it. But a high-level savage beast with a strength-enhancing talent, a divine power ant, was a different story. Even if its boosted attack power wasn't quite Grandmaster level, it was close. No ordinary martial artist could deal with a high-level savage beast divine power ant. Not even someone as powerful as Elder Qing stood a chance. Maybe only a ridiculously strong martial artist or a grandmaster with an offensive talent could take one down. Staying here is a death sentence. Tian realized. Without a word, he activated his triple speed boost and bolted. Normally, his speed was just average for a top-tier martial artist. But with the boost, he was faster than even the elite warriors, maybe even a little faster. In an instant, Tian was outpacing a lot of those elite martial artists. Boom. A massive divine power ant emerged. It was 20 meters long, with faint golden coloring, whereas regular divine power ants were just black. As soon as it appeared, a wave of pressure washed over everyone. So heavy, Tian felt like he was sinking, as if something was weighing him down. It wasn't gravity, it was pressure. If you couldn't break through that, you'd be too slow to escape. The elite martial artists slowed to a crawl, but the accomplished martial artists weren't as affected. They slowed down, sure, but only by a few percentage points, making them much faster than the elite. Blade Aura. Tian unleashed his own Blade Aura. His advanced level Blade Aura was enough to resist the ant's pressure. The suppression lifted, and Tian's speed returned to triple, rivaling even the accomplished martial artists. Whoosh! Whoosh! Martial artists scattered. The high-level savage beast divine power ant ignored Tian, targeting the closest martial artists. Those elite martial artists were in trouble. As for Elder Qing, he warned the others and then took off himself, with no intention of fighting the divine power ant. Arg! Elite martial artists fell one after another, slaughtered like ants. They didn't even stand a chance. Before anyone could blink, over a dozen elite martial artists were dead. Faster. Faster. Tian didn't look back. He just focused on running. He ran for what felt like forever, until he was sure there were no martial artists or ants behind him. Then he glanced back, seeing that he wasn't being chased anymore. He breathed a sigh of relief. He found a random spot and stopped to rest. He was exhausted, his power nearly depleted. If he didn't recover quickly, he'd be in danger in the wild. He quickly drank a potion to restore his strength. A few hours later, Tian was back to full power. Immediately, he returned to the valley where the Wind Wolf and the others were. Tian, you're back. Wind Wolf was relieved to see him. He'd been worried about Tian, and his return was a huge relief. We need to get back to the waterfront base, and fast. Something big is happening, Tian said, his face grim. What's wrong? Wind Wolf asked, frowning. Tian quickly told him about the divine power ants. Wind Wolf and the others paled when they heard. Huge number of low-level divine power ants, a dozen mid-level ones, and a nearly invincible high-level divine power ant. That was a terrifying force. Even though Wind Wolf and the others hadn't seen it themselves, they could tell from Tian's tone that it was serious. They were also impressed by Tian's ability. So many elite martial artists had died, but Tian had made it back unharmed. Let's go back now. We've already finished the mission anyway, Wind Wolf urged. So, Tian, Wind Wolf, and the others headed back toward the Linhai base. They stayed alert the entire way. Still, on the way back, they ran into several mid-level savage beasts, but Tian stepped up each time to avert a crisis. Half a day later they finally made it back to the waterfront base. When he got home, the first thing Tian did was fuse his high-level strength talent. His strength had been exposed during the divine power ant incident, and even his speed talent was out in the open. Even if there wasn't a family out there targeting him, he needed to get stronger. ASAP. With a high-level strength talent, he'd definitely be able to fight on par with an accomplished martial artist, or even overpower an average one. Fuse. The transformation began. Tian's body went rigid, his veins popping. Terrifying power surged through him, reshaping him at the genetic level. Time blurred. Tian was soaked in sweat, as if he had just gotten out of a pool. Finally, Tian's strength returned, and he began to assess his new talent. Human, Tian, cultivation talent, high, speed talent, elementary, blade talent, medium, shadow talent, elementary, healing talent, top, strength talent, high. Seeing his new strength talent, Tian couldn't help but laugh. Time to test it out. Tian picked up a piece of steel. He barely activated his strength talent, and the steel seemed to turn to clay in his hands, deforming on command. He stomped lightly, and the ground cracked. The earth around him even trembled. Since he didn't have sophisticated equipment to test his strength, Tian had to keep testing it, until he had a good idea of what he could do. Before, I could lift about 30,000 pounds. Now, with my high-strength talent, I can lift 300,000 pounds, Tian said, amazed. 300,000 pounds. With the boost from his yuan power, his attack force could reach 600,000 pounds. The limit for elite martial artists was only 100,000 pounds. Some newly promoted accomplished martial artists could only lift 110,000 to 120,000 pounds, and most of those in the early stages of that level could lift 150,000 pounds, max. Those mid-level savage beast divine power ants are about as strong as early-stage elite martial artists, and they probably have a basic bloodline talent. They only grew to the mid-level savage beast stage out of luck. It's hard to kill even an accomplished martial artist under the boost of high-level strength talents. If those mid-level savage beasts were slightly more advanced, a single mid-level divine power ant could easily take down an ordinary accomplished martial artist. Tian thought, now he understood why Elder Qing had run so fast. Against a high-level savage beast divine power ant, fighting hard would have gotten him killed instantly. Even though the divine power ant's power was incredible, its speed and reaction time were still only on par with an early-stage accomplished martial artist, so it couldn't catch Elder Qing. With my strength, I could easily kill an ordinary accomplished martial artist. But if a martial artist at the mid-stage wanted to escape, I couldn't stop them. I couldn't catch up. Tian had a clear picture of his own strength. Chapter 35. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The ultimate strength of a top-tier warrior is 1,000,000 caddies. As their yuan force increases, they can unleash attacks with the force of 2,000,000 caddies. That's the pinnacle of combat power for your average great martial artist. Compared to that, Yi Tian's not quite there yet, but Yi Tian's got a killer healing talent, and his bronze-level sword technique, Shadow Kill, gives him a serious edge. He can hold his own against those peak great martial artists. Shadow Kill's all about speed, so it doesn't add a ton of raw power. Unless I can master it completely. Then, just Shadow Kill alone would multiply my attack power several times over. I could actually hurt those top-level great martial artists, Yi Tian thought, but maxing out a bronze-level sword technique when your sword Dao is already at peak momentum? Forget about it. He'd have to ditch his other training and focus entirely on the sword technique, and that's not happening, so, unless he can copy a high-level sword talent or find a sword skill that seriously boosts attack power, his combat abilities are capped. Those power-up sword skills are rarer than hen's teeth. I've been scouring the black market for ages, and haven't seen anything. Guess I'll have to wait. Yi Tian was bummed. The spike in combat power had him hyped, but he's still got a long way to go before he's a real powerhouse. Gotta keep grinding. The cool thing is, for Yi Tian, every little bit helps, like every extra 100 caddies of strength. Thanks to his talent, that's like adding 1,000 caddies of body strength. Plus a dash of Shadow Kill, and things get really scary. Right now, I'm packing 30,000 gene of force. Once I hit peak elite martial artist level, I'll be able to go toe-to-toe with a great martial artist. But Yi Tian knew his weak spot. His speed was lagging, his speed talent's only at the basic level, so he's only 3 times faster. Fine for his level, but a huge problem when fighting opponents higher up the food chain. Yi Tian made a note to himself, next talent. Gotta be a speed talent, and better than just okay. Back home, Yi Tian chilled out and trained for a few days, then went out to get the lay of the land. At Divey Tavern, Yi Tian and Feng Wolf were kicking back in a private room, grabbing some grub and catching up. Wind Wolf, I've been in training mode. What's the buzz? How'd the beast cleanup go? Yi Tian asked. Wind Wolf said, Yi Tian, I'm a nobody, so I only know bits and pieces. Word is, both bases took a beating. 50 elite martial artists down, easy. And 3 great martial artists got iced. 3 great warriors gone. Yi Tian was floored. These guys were human tanks. 3 of them bought the farm. He couldn't help but sigh. He figured those high-level divine power ants must have ganged up on them. But I also heard a rumor. Wind Wolf whispered, I heard the medium-sized base got pissed, and a grandmaster stepped in. I didn't even know what a grandmaster was, but after hearing the gossip, I found out it's the rank above great martial artist. The grandmaster showed up. What happened? Yi Tian was curious. No idea, but I bet they won. That's a whole different level. No way those high-level divine power ants stood a chance. Yi Tian nodded slowly. Those ants pack a punch, maybe even Grandmaster level power, but they're slow and clumsy compared to a Grandmaster. Unless the Grandmaster's a complete moron and tries to slug it out, they should be able to take down the ants, no problem. And that's exactly what happened. 2 days later, the word was out, the divine ant nest was gone. The biggest threat was neutralized. The beast cleanup was back on track. Since Yi Tian and crew had already finished their job, they could kick back. 10 days zipped by. The beast cleanup was mostly done. The 2 bases tentatively reopened trade routes, but beasts move around. The path might be clear today, but who knows what tomorrow brings. For the 2 bases, this route was only temporarily safe. They'd still have to be super careful if they wanted to use it. Yi Tian, and a lot of other martial artists, were scratching their heads. Why were those bases so desperate to open up trade? The coastal base gets to trade with the medium-sized base, which is cool for them. But what does the coastal base even have that the medium base wants? One day, Wind Wolf dropped off a stash of resources at Yi Tian's place. Mostly beast blood, beast meat, and a few gold cards. His share of the rewards from the cleanup and the hunt along the way. For Yi Tian, it was nothing. But he took it anyway. He didn't need it, but Yi Yu would be training soon. Might as well leave it for her. Yi Tian wanted to just keep training and stay under the radar, but a surprise visitor threw a wrench in his plans. Who are you? Yi Tian eyed the stranger. Lord Yi Tian, I'm Mo Yuan, a deacon from the Mo family. Mo Yuan was just a martial artist, so he was being extra respectful with Yi Tian. The Mo family. Yi Tian was surprised. His first thought was that they'd figured out he killed Mo Xiaobei, but he quickly dismissed it. If they knew, they wouldn't send a martial artist, they'd send a great martial artist. What does the Mo family want with me? Yi Tian was puzzled. Our family head wants to invite Lord Yi Tian to be a guest of the Mo family. Mo Yuan announced. Yi Tian looked calm on the outside, but inside he was cracking up. The Mo family wants to invite him. If they knew he offed Mo Xiaobei, they'd flip. Sorry, I'm not really going out these days. Yi Tian turned him down. Mo Yuan, who was just bowing and scraping, suddenly turned nasty. Lord Yi Tian, the Mo family has tons of elite martial artists, and a great martial artist too. It's in your best interest to be friends with us. Cross the Mo family, and you won't be able to take a step in Linhai base. Yi Tian's eyes widened. Who gave this guy the stones to threaten an elite martial artist? A nobody martial artist threatening him? Seriously? Are you threatening me? Yi Tian said coldly. A wave of knife momentum erupted, crushing Mo Yuan. In an instant, Mo Yuan felt like he was drowning in pressure. Cold sweat poured down his face. Chapter 36. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You can't kill me. This is the Linhai base. The Lin family has a rule: no fighting among warriors is allowed within the base, and you definitely can't just kill people. The Lin family, and other families, will punish you. Mo Yuan blurted out, panicking. So, instead of begging, you're threatening me? You're used to throwing your weight around because of the Mo family name, aren't you? You have no idea what real respect means. Well, I'm gonna teach you. Yi Tian reached out, grabbed Mo Yuan's arm, and squeezed. Crack, starred at a sharp snap echoed, followed by Mo Yuan's scream. His arm was useless. To fix it would cost a fortune in rare healing items. Would the Mo family really spend that kind of money on a martial artist who wasn't going anywhere? No way. Get out. Yi Tian spat. Mo Yuan, no longer daring to threaten him, endured the agony and crawled out of Yi Tian's place. The Mo family. I hope you don't do anything stupid, or else. A flicker of murderous intent sparked in Yi Tian's eyes. Back at home, Mo Yuan immediately ran to Mo Changsheng, the head of the Mo family. Mo Changsheng wasn't particularly talented, just a basic level skill. But thanks to the Mo family's resources, he'd managed to reach the early stages of elite martial arts by age 30. Progress would be difficult, but his status was high, mainly because he was the son of Mo Chongqing, a great martial artist in the family. Mo Chongqing had a lot of kids, but most were just average talents, and only a few were basic level. Of those, Mo Chongqing was the best. "You have to get justice for me." Mo Yuan wailed, dragging his limp arm as he knelt before Mo Chongqing. "What happened to your arm? Did you have trouble inviting Yi Tian?" Mo Chongqing frowned. "Yi Tian has no respect for the Mo family." Mo Yuan cried, giving his embellished version of events. In his story, he was the innocent victim, and Yi Tian was a cruel monster who had crippled him. When Mo Yuan finished, Mo Chongqing told him to get lost, without saying anything about fixing his arm. "Worthless." Mo Chongqing muttered, he was talking about Mo Yuan. What was he good for if he couldn't even get a simple invitation done? Of course, he didn't believe everything Mo Yuan said. As head of the family, he knew Mo Yuan's personality. The guy probably provoked Yi Tian, but Yi Tian clearly turned down their offer, or Mo Yuan wouldn't have riled him up. Humph. Just an elite martial artist dares to refuse the Mo family. If it wasn't for my father's secret technique draining his lifespan, and our limited time, why would I need to invite an outsider? Mo Chongqing thought bitterly. Only a few people knew the truth. Mo Chongqing hadn't died on that mission to wipe out the divine power ants. He'd used a risky technique, sacrificing years of his life for a burst of speed, to escape the high-level divine power ant beasts. Doctors said he had maybe a year left. Mo Chongqing knew the Mo family's situation. Without a great martial artist, things would go bad. The Mo family had ticked off too many people. If those families turned on them, the Mo family would be in serious trouble. That's why he wanted to bolster the family's strength, and Yi Tian was a solid choice. Yi Tian was young, only 16 according to the reports. Yet, he was already an elite martial artist, with an advanced cultivation talent, plus a speed talent he'd revealed during the ant mission, witnessed by numerous martial artists. Speed talent, advanced cultivation talent, and a clean background. Any force would want to get their hands on a genius like that. The Mo family didn't just want to recruit Yi Tian, they wanted to control him. If they succeeded, they'd have a trump card, guaranteeing the family's future for decades. And the time to control Yi Tian was now. While he was still on the rise, Mo Chongqing turned and headed towards a secret chamber, deep beneath the courtyard. Soon, he stood before his father, Mo Chongqing, who was healing. "Father, Mo Yuan messed things up," Mo Chongqing reported. "Figures. Those geniuses are arrogant. They look down on our family." Of course he wouldn't accept the invitation. "Even if he doesn't join the Mo family, we can still grab him." Mo Chongqing said coldly. "Father, what if we let the Lin family punish Yi Tian first? He just crippled Mo Yuan." "That's a good excuse," Mo Chongqing suggested. "Idiot." Mo Chongqing snapped, "Mo Yuan is nothing. He's just a regular martial artist. Yi Tian is a genius with the potential to become a great martial artist, not just any great martial artist like me, but a top-tier fighter. The Lin family isn't going to punish someone like that. They'll probably try to recruit him. They're already annoyed by maintaining the alliance of the two bases. Once they're dealing with that, Yi Tian will be out of our reach." Mo Chongqing was shocked. He bowed his head. "You're right, father. I'll organize men to capture Yi Tian. Here. I paid a fortune to get this from the main base, a poison that wipes the mind. After you capture Yi Tian, make him drink it. It'll erase most of his intelligence, leaving him temporarily demented and his memory wiped, but his talent won't be affected. Once he's almost recovered, we'll use the method of training the dead to completely control him." Mo Chongqing said sinisterly. "Perfect. It's way better than poison. We can occasionally give him an antidote, Mo Changsheng was thrilled. After taking the mind-wiping poison, Mo Changsheng left and arranged for Yi Tian's capture. Late that night, the Mo family dispatched 10 elite martial artists, 2 with special talents, 1 had a second-class toxin talent, and the other had a basic swordsmanship talent and had mastered a powerful black iron-level sword technique specifically designed to boost attack power. Although these 2 were only early-stage elite martial artists, their actual combat ability was comparable to mid-stage fighters, plus, 2 of the 10 were already mid-stage elite martial artists. So, all in all, they had the equivalent of 4 mid-stage and 6 early-stage elite martial artists. That kind of force could easily handle a late-stage elite martial artist, let alone an early-stage one with just a good speed talent. Unfortunately, they had no idea what kind of monster they were about to face. Chapter 37. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the heart of the Garden District, each villa stands alone, enclosed by its own wall. Tonight, 10 of the Mo family's best martial artists have surrounded Yi Tian's place. Leading them is Mo Xingqian, the family's first elder. He's a seasoned fighter, a mid-level elite martial artist, but he's not known for any special talents. There are only 2 in the villa, Yi Tian and his sister, Yi Yu. She's not even 15 and hasn't started training. She's just a regular person. Grab her first, and we can force Yi Tian to surrender. But remember, don't hurt her. If we push Yi Tian too far, we'll have a problem. Mo Xingqian laid out the plan. Yes, Grand Elder. The other fighters replied quietly. They scaled the wall and moved silently toward Yi Yu's room. The Mo family had done their homework. They knew exactly which room Yi Yu slept in, making the job seem straightforward. Click, star, the door to Yi Yu's room swung open, but they found it empty. Damn it! She's not here. Mo Xingqian exclaimed, shocked. Even though they were quiet, trained fighters have extremely sharp hearing. They might have woken up the occupants with the noise of the door opening. Then, a cold voice cut through the night nearby. You've got some nerve, breaking into my villa. Mo Xingqian and the others rushed into the courtyard and saw Yi Tian standing there. He glared at them, his eyes filled with murderous intent. He'd been worried about a sneak attack, so he had Yi Yu sleep in his room for protection. He thought he might have been overreacting, but now he knew it was exactly the right move. If the Mo family had snatched Yi Yu while he was sleeping, they would have had a huge advantage, and he would have been forced to hold back. Get him! Mo Xingqian ordered. Whoosh, 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 star. The fighters surged forward, trying to take Yi Tian down as quickly as possible. You want to die? Yi Tian snarled. He didn't even need a weapon to deal with this trash. Speed talent. Yi Tian became a blur, moving faster than any elite fighter could comprehend. He zipped past one of them and slammed a hand knife into his neck. He didn't hold back, using his full strength. Boom, star. The fighter's neck snapped, and his body went flying. Bang, 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 star. In the blink of an eye, the other fighters were being hurled through the air, turning into corpses on the ground. None of them were a match for Yi Tian. He even crushed the weapon of one swordsman with his bare hand before smashing his skull. Seconds later, only 2 fighters remained, the great elder Mo Xingqian and the 10th elder Mon. Both were mid-level elite martial artists, strong, but like ants compared to Yi Tian. How? How can you be so strong? Mo Xingqian and Mon stammered in disbelief. Yi Tian wasn't just in the early stages of the elite level. How could he have wiped out 8 elite fighters, including 2 with special talents, so easily? Those 2 were elite warriors of the Mo family, and were trained to fight until they died. They were on par with Mo Xingqian and Mon. Yet, Yi Tian had killed them instantly. Only a great martial artist could do something like that, but before Mo Xingqian could dwell on it, Yi Tian blasted both him and Mon into oblivion with a couple of punches. The Mo family's 10 elite martial artists didn't even get a chance to beg for their lives before they were all dead. Brother, what's going on? Yi Yu rubbed her eyes, stepped out of the room, and screamed when she saw the bodies. Brother, why are there so many bodies here? She asked, her face pale. She wasn't scared with her brother around. She knew he was powerful, but seeing so many corpses for the first time was unsettling. They were trying to hurt me, so I killed them, Tian said plainly. Then, he told her, sis, I have to go take care of something. Are you going to be okay here alone? Yu clenched her fists and nodded. I'm not scared. Alright. I'll be back soon. Tian turned into a shadow and vanished into the night. After he left, Yu's frightened expression hardened. I'm going to start training soon, and then I won't need my brother to protect me anymore. I'll be able to protect him and fight off the bad guys, too. On the streets of the waterfront base, a dark figure moved swiftly, wearing a grimace mask he'd just grabbed from a closed shop to conceal his identity. He was going to destroy the Mo family tonight. He couldn't kill everyone, but he could take out the leadership and cover his tracks. He wouldn't let the Mo family get away. They had the nerve to come after him tonight, so he was going to make them pay. At Tian's speed, he quickly reached the Mo family's compound. Inside, several high-ranking members were still up, waiting anxiously for news from Mo Xingqian. The Mo family had a good number of elite martial artists. Even after losing a few on beast hunts and the 10 Tian had just killed, they still had around 20, including a number of dedicated soldiers. Every family has its secrets. These elite martial artists were the Mo family's hidden strength, unknown to outsiders. Before the damage Tian inflicted on them, a great martial artist and more than 30 elite martial artists formed a formidable force. But now, for provoking Tian, the Mo family's glory was fading, and its leaders had no idea that a crisis was about to descend upon them. Aha! A scream ripped through the Mo family compound. Mo Changsheng and the others in the hall exchanged worried glances. Something's wrong. Someone's attacking us, boom, star. They burst through the hall doors and raced toward the sound of the screams. Many of the Mo family's warriors woke up and rushed out in their pajamas. The Mo family was a major player in the Linhai base, easily among the top 10 families. How dare someone attack them? It was outrageous. They would have to pay in blood for challenging the Mo family's power. Whoever dares attack us will die. Mo Changsheng roared, his voice echoing through the entire compound. Chapter 38. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Here they come. Tian spotted a figure rushing towards him in the distance. It was one of the Mo family's elite martial artists. After dispatching the initial Mo family fighter, he waited for the elite warrior to arrive. Whoosh, whoosh, star. The first wave consisted of 4 elite martial artists, all in the early stages. Take him down. The 4 elite warriors charged, attacking without a word. Shadow strike. A flash of sword light, and all 4 warriors were instantly beheaded. Their bodies dropped to the ground, lined up neatly. It wasn't long before the remaining elite martial artists, along with a large number of ordinary fighters from the Mo family, arrived. They were stunned by the carnage before them, especially the 4 fallen elites. Who are you? Mo Changsheng arrived too, looking worried and a little scared. He himself was only in the early stages of elite martial arts, about the same strength as the dead elites, meaning he was no match for Tian. Tian didn't respond, but immediately charged towards the Mo family fighters. He didn't want to waste time. In case members of the Mo family managed to escape, he needed to eliminate the leadership of the Mo family as quickly as possible. Surround him. Mo Changsheng commanded. A dozen or so elite martial artists moved to intercept Tian, but Tian was too fast. His attack power was also superior to even great martial artists. Thwack, thwack, star. Tian cut down the elite martial artists one after another. Then, with a single swing, he wiped out a large group of ordinary fighters. Sword energy erupted, sweeping the field and leaving the Mo family looking like something out of a horror movie. He's a monster. Mo Changsheng panicked. He turned and ran towards Mo Changqing. Father, help me. Mo Changsheng screamed, but he was too slow for Tian. In moments, Tian leaped over houses, closing the distance. Stop right there. Mo Changqing's urgent voice boomed from deep within the Mo family compound. Time to die. From 10 yards away, Tian unleashed the shadow strike. the air seemed to freeze and Mo Changqing's figure went rigid. The next moment, Mo Changqing's body split in two and fell to the ground. Son, Mo Changqing went ballistic as he witnessed his son's death. I'll kill you. Mo Changqing used a secret technique. A bloody mist enveloped him, and his skin aged rapidly, but his energy soared. Originally, Mo Changqing only had a strength of 150,000 caddies, but after performing the secret technique, he had a body strength of 300,000 caddies, and his speed was also strengthened a lot. Boom. Mo Changqing threw a punch, his yuanli turning into a giant fist that seemed to freeze the air. The punch increased his strength by 600,000 caddies, a powerful blow, enough to injure even great martial artists. But Tian's attack power exceeded 600,000 caddies. Shadow strike. Tian met Mo Changqing's punch with his sword. Boom. The air exploded, sending shockwaves that shattered houses and killed several Mo family members. It was a clash between great martial artists. Tian stumbled back a few steps, but Mo Changqing was knocked back with a gash across his chest. A great martial artist? Impossible. There's no one with sword skills like that in Linhai. Who are you? Mo Changqing was afraid. A great warrior. Tian scoffed. Mo Changqing clearly thought he was a great martial artist and Tian was very similar. His strength was at that level, but his speed was a little slower. It was easy to mistake him without careful spiritual observation. Tian didn't answer and continued his attack. The speed of the bronze-level shadow strike was too much for Mo Changqing to handle, and since his attack power was no match for Tian's, and his speed was the only thing that was a little stronger than Tian, Mo Changqing's advantage was meaningless. Suddenly, Tian severed one of Mo Changqing's arms. Mo Changqing was now severely wounded. I can't beat him. I have to get out of here. Mo Changqing turned and ran towards the Lin family compound, hoping they might offer him protection. Tian gave chase, but Mo Changqing remained out of reach. Just as Tian was about to give up, Mo Changqing's speed plummeted. His secret technique must have worn off. Tian thought. Mo Changqing was slowing down. Now he was as good as defenseless. Tian closed the gap. Please. Spare me. Mo Changqing begged, kneeling. Die. Tian didn't hesitate, but just as Tian struck, Mo Changqing produced an iron ball from his robes. The ball cracked open, unleashing a cloud of steel needles, some of which flew directly at Tian, because the speed of the steel needle was too fast, and Tian was too close to Mo Changqing. If it is a great martial artist, it is easy to dodge, but Tian is an elite martial artist in the early stage, and his reaction power is still a little slower, and a few steel needles have not been able to dodge, and he only has time to unfold the Yuan Force shield. The steel needles pierced through Tian's Yuan Force shield and into his body. That's one hell of a weapon. Tian exclaimed to himself. Even though the needles were powerful and pierced through him, Tian's top-level healing talent took effect. Almost instantly, the injury stabilized and began to heal at an incredible rate. Mo Changqing was dead, struck down by Tian's blade and riddled with steel needles. The iron ball lay shattered nearby, revealing intricate machinery made of some unknown metal. Looks like a one-shot weapon. I wonder where Mo Changqing got it. But it fires in every direction, even the user isn't safe. No wonder he didn't use it sooner. It's a suicide weapon. Tian shuddered. He was lucky to have his healing ability. I underestimated the great martial artists. They all have their own secret tricks. Tian sighed. He searched Mo Changqing's body, finding only a gold card. His wealth must be back at the Mo estate, but now wasn't the time to go there. The Mo family's actions had drawn attention. The area may already be swarming with onlookers. Time to go home. Tian decided. His sister, Yu, was home alone. He needed to get back and make sure she was safe. Chapter 39. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Mo family compound was packed, but most people hung back, not daring to actually go inside. Only a few martial artists from the big families waited before slowly stepping inside. What they found was a massacre. Except for the kids, women, and some regular folks, pretty much every high-ranking MO and every warrior was either dead or seriously wounded. The sheer number of corpses was shocking. It was practically annihilation. The elders and the head of the MO family are dead. Someone yelled, having found Mo Chongqing and the others. Just then, Lin Zhe, a great martial artist from the Lin family, arrived. As the family in control of Lin Hai base, a slaughter like this on their turf was something the Lin family couldn't ignore. Lord Lin Zhe. The assembled warriors greeted him. Lin Zhe looked around, nodded, and immediately began examining the bodies. Looks like one killer. These warriors were all taken out by a blade, meaning this guy's got some serious knife skills. This is real swordsmanship. I'd say the killer's a great martial artist who knows their way around a sword. Lin Zhe declared. A great martial artist with swordsmanship. Everyone thought hard. There weren't any great martial artists like that in Lin Hai base. What about the Mo family's great martial artist? Someone asked. Where's he? Why don't we ask the Mo family survivors? Someone must have seen what happened. A martial artist suggested, so they found the surviving Mo family members and, after some questioning, got the gist of what went down. Lord Lin Zhe, I got the story. It was some guy in a ghost mask who wrecked the Mo family. None of the warriors stood a chance. Even Mo Chongqing, their great martial artist, couldn't handle him. He ran that way. A warrior pointed east. And the killer went after him. The east was where the Lin family lived, but there was more than one street that led to the Lin family, and Lin Zhe came from a different direction than where Mo Chongqing fled. Should we check it out, Lord Lin Zhe? An elite martial artist asked, keeping his voice low. They were curious, sure, but also scared stiff of running into that killer, a great martial artist who could drop even an elite fighter in a heartbeat. And now they knew even Mo Chongqing couldn't stand up to him. We'll take a look. This guy probably had a score to settle with the Mo family, that's why he hit them. We're not involved. He shouldn't target us. Besides, I'm the Lin family's great martial artist. He won't be crazy enough to go up against the Lin family. Come on, let's go. Lin Zhe said calmly, so the group of warriors followed Lin Zhe. Hot on the trail. Mo Chongqing, wounded and bleeding, left a trail on the ground, and they found his body pretty fast. Mo Chongqing's dead. An elite martial artist broke out in a cold sweat. This was a great martial artist, a level he could only dream of. To him, a great martial artist was like the sky itself. And now, this sky had fallen. The shock was immense. Lin Zhe stepped forward to examine the body. He's got old man skin. He must have used some kind of secret technique. I've heard Mo Chongqing got his hands on something that burns your lifespan to boost your strength. Guess it's true. But if he could only run even after using it, that shows how strong the other guy is. What's weird is, why did the killer chase him down after he was hurt? Maybe he got hurt too. Then Lin Zhe saw the iron ball clutched in Mo Chongqing's hand and the steel needle holes in his body and the needles scattered on the wall. Hidden weapon, iron caltrops. Legend has it, it comes from a mysterious group. It's the kind of weapon that can take you down with it, a last resort. The power is huge. Up close, even a great martial artist has a hard time dodging it. Only someone at the peak of great martial artist power can avoid it. Lin Zhe saw the legendary secret weapon for the first time and was awestruck. Judging from the body, Mo Chongqing activated the weapon before he died, and successfully launched them. The guy might not be dead, but he's probably messed up bad. Lin Zhe concluded, his face darkened. He didn't care that the Mo family got wiped out, but the fact that there was a mysterious martial artist in Lin Hai base and the Lin family knew nothing was not good. The big questions were, who is this guy? Why did he kill the Mo family? And is he going to cause trouble for the Lin family? These were things the Lin family needed to think about. Alright, I'm heading back. Lin Zhe left quickly. So, the Mo family's leadership is gone. Does that mean they're out of martial artists now? Someone spoke up. As soon as the words were out, many warriors quietly left and crept back into the Mo family compound. Their intentions were obvious. That night, the Mo family, fresh from a massacre, got robbed. Who knows how many warriors snuck in and stole whatever they could get their hands on. In all the chaos, no one knew who took what, and even if the Lin family investigated, they wouldn't know where to start. And if no one confessed, who would stick up for the fallen Mo family? Besides, the Mo family had plenty of enemies. Back when Mo Chongqing was alive, other families didn't dare mess with them, but now that Mo Chongqing was dead, and their elite martial artists were gone, that the Mo family was a sitting duck. Whether they could even survive in Linhai base was an open question. You could say the Mo family was finished in Linhai base. Back at his place, Yi Tian quickly got rid of the bodies of those 10 elite Mo family warriors, tossing them in different streets. With so many dead at the Mo family compound, 10 more corpses wouldn't raise any eyebrows. The next day, Yi Tian went for a stroll like nothing happened, then went home to keep practicing. Meanwhile, the Lin family was discussing what to do about the Mo family mess. At the Lin family compound, Lin Zhe was reporting the situation to his older brother, Lin Wanli, the strongest fighter in the Lin family. Big brother, after my investigation last night and what I've been able to piece together about the Mo family, I think it was a vendetta. But who the killer is, I'm stumped. Too many people have a reason to do it, but none of them have the strength to wipe out the Mo family. Lin Zhe said, frustrated. Any suspicious people? Or anything that might point to a vendetta? Lin Wanli asked. Suspicious, coincidences. Lin Zhe thought hard and suddenly remembered something. Big brother, there are still some Mo family members alive. One of them's named Mo Yuan. He told me something that might be connected. But I don't think this guy's got what it takes to destroy the Mo family. Chapter 40. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What's this all about? Lin Wanli perked up. Does Big Brother know anything about Yi Tian? Lin Zhe asked. Yi Tian. Lin Wanli thought for a moment. Yeah, Mingji mentioned him. Said the kid's got insane talent, already an elite martial artist before 17. That kind of potential's gotta be high level, maybe even beyond high level. Or maybe he just got lucky and leveled up fast. Nah, Big Brother, Yi Tian's gotta be above advanced talent. Otherwise, no matter how many resources you throw at him, he wouldn't improve. Low talent means low resource efficiency. The Mo family was already sniffing around Yi Tian. Yesterday, they sent Mo Yuan to recruit him. Mo Yuan said the Mo family wanted to control Yi Tian, but Yi Tian wasn't having it. He crippled Mo Yuan right then and there and kicked him out. Interesting, Lin Wanli said, now genuinely intrigued. So, the Mo family took a hit. They'll definitely retaliate, but Yi Tian seems fine. And the Mo family's gone. Yi Tian probably couldn't wipe them out himself, but he's gotta be connected somehow. You thinking about grabbing Yi Tian? Lin Zhe asked. Idiot. Lin Wanli snapped. Think he's got too much talent and might threaten us later. So, recruit him or eliminate him early. Lin Zhe didn't answer, but that was exactly what he was thinking. Lin Wanli sighed. Lin Zhe, the world's full of talented people. We can't just kill them all off. You miss one, and our family's done for. We either recruit a genius like that or make him an ally. Remember the Hai family? They ruled Linhai base 50 years ago. They were bigger than we are now, with 10 great martial artists. Gone overnight. The Hai family. Lin Zhe's eyes widened. He finally remembered, the Hai family supposedly killed a genius with exceptional talent, but that genius was connected to a major base. So a grandmaster came down, and wiped the Hai family off the map. Got it, Big Brother. Lin Zhe was shaken. Good. Glad you understand, Lin Wanli said, relieved. Then he continued, still, go dig into Yi Tian's background. Someone with his talent, we should have known about him already. It's weird we didn't hear a peep until this beast-clearing mission. Since he's a martial artist, he probably hits the black market a lot. Wu Gu must know him best. We've got a deal with Wu Gu. We should be able to get something out of them. I'll head to the martial pavilion now, Lin Zhe said quickly. Half a day later, Lin Zhe returned. Big brother, I asked the head of the martial pavilion, but... Lin Zhe seemed troubled. Could Yi Tian be someone special? Lin Wanli guessed. You're right. Lin Zhe confirmed. Yi Tian's been selling them the beasts he hunts. Wu Gu knew all along he could take down intermediate beasts, but they kept it quiet. That's normal, Wu Ji's just about business. But when I tried to investigate Yi Tian, the head of the pavilion warned me to stay away. What? Did Yi Tian join the martial pavilion? Lin Wanli was surprised. It was possible. Yi Tian's talent was comparable to his, but Yi Tian was young, moldable, and had speed. That made him even more promising. It wouldn't be surprising if Wu Gu tried to recruit a genius like that. No. They tried, but he turned them down. But, a core genius from the martial pavilion headquarters at the Great Base visited Linhai Base before. When she left, she told the local branch to look out for Yi Tian. Lin Zhe said in disbelief. A core member from the Great Base. Could it be? Lin Wanli had an idea. Yeah, it's the eldest daughter of the Yu family, Yu Ling. The Yus are huge, tons of grandmasters. One master would be enough to wipe out our base. I didn't think Yu Ling knew Yi Tian, and apparently they're close. With that kind of connection, anyone here messing with Yi Tian is asking for the wrath of the Yu family. Lin Zhe shuddered, thinking about Yi Tian's connections. He was lucky his brother had warned him. If he had tried anything, the Lin family would have been doomed. Then he remembered the Mo family. Big brother, you think the Mo family? Before Lin Zhe could finish, Lin Wanli cut him off. Forget it. This is above our pay grade. And let the surviving members of the Mo family fend for themselves. There are plenty of other families in Linhai Base. Yes, Lin Zhe replied. Lin Wanli sighed. Our real problem is the Iron Tooth Base. It's a mid-sized base with 2 grandmasters, a population of 600,000, and plenty of resources. They promised our family a lot to open up this trade route, but their agenda is not that simple. We couldn't refuse. Otherwise, we'd offend the Iron Tooth Base. Are they planning an attack? Lin Zhe frowned. That's not likely. Open warfare between bases is forbidden. Even the large bases can't do that. The Iron Tooth Base doesn't have the guts yet. But it's hard to say what they might be planning. I sent someone to infiltrate them. I should have news soon, Lin Wanli said quietly. Let's hope nothing goes wrong, Lin Zhe said, anxiously. A week flew by. Yi Tian noticed that nothing had happened. Even the Lin family stayed away. This was a good thing, of course. No trouble meant he could focus on cultivating. He also bought a lot of supplements from the black market, designed to help teenagers grow and start cultivating months, or even a year, earlier without damaging their foundation. Big families use these to give their prodigies a head start. Yi Tian had Yi Yu eating a lot of it. Now, after testing, Yi Yu was finally ready to start cultivating.